Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Buckeyes will put toe to leather and will get started. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Give to the tailback. At the 40, there he goes. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. To the ground, he's got it again. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? In the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Quarterback empties his backfield. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. He makes the connection. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
After that last completion, it's second down. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, and Make your statement here today.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking for the end zone. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they're aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field.
A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Man, that's great defense. Break on the football. Make sure they don't get the touchdown, but those are the opportunities you have to just pull that in, make the big play, stop the bleeding, had a long drive, and really shift that momentum back to your offense.
Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This is going to be a key that we ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him, because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Gonna take a shot. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th down.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
The ball squirted out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
At the 35, he's loose. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Now, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got to really...
A shot toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Toss sweep right. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up for it.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Dropping back, it's Rodgers. It's complete. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical, guys that read the defenses, made the decision, made big plays. That's what the Husky fans want to see.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
Ohio State 3, Washington 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. And they get the sack just like that.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession.
And a huge thank you in order right there. That return is literally going to go find my man and go, thank you so much for making up for my mistake. That could have been huge, but the offense caught a break and fell in it.
Off play action on 1st down. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
What a great job using his speed to get to the quarterback. This linebacker would have started for those great Purple Rain defenses in the 80s under the legendary Washington Husky coach Don James. He would have loved to blitz this dude. So athletic from the linebacker position.
So they'll try to salvage this drive on 2nd and long from the 12. Back to throw, it's Howard. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Trying to escape and get it himself. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Looking for a block. It's Jackson. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. First down for this offense. On the ground, it's Coleman.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Here's the give off the left side. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make a stop.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
They'll leave it with him. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Coming at, lets it fly deep downfield. They're intercepted. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Really tough on offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They'll snap it on first down from the 35.
42 Spider. 4-2 spot trailing.
Might as well give it to him again. He's loose down the left side. The 30. Past the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This offense is so good, man. They can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year in and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Miami was able to finish off a close one in South Florida today. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He leaves it with the back. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Washington right back to the line. They'll try to run for it. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Got it in the middle. It's Boston. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They're going back to the ground. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Looking downfield, it's Rodgers. Get it out on the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. He knew he was going to have to pay the price, and he did, but the reward is the first down.
Yep, he hung in there just long enough. I think he did a really good job hanging there, finds the running back. And listen, when you choose to blitz, now you got to tackle my guy in space. Running back.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Fires toward the end zone. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Dude, you're just thinking hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Ohio State 17, Washington 0.
Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Dropping back, it's Howard. It's on target and complete. At the 45 on its way. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing right. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Washington wants to go quickly.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting.
He wants to take the top off. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Washington. And once he got loose, it was all over. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Oh, and he missed it. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been going for it all. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they've pushed the lead out a little further. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game. And
he's going to let it go. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. I just don't like the accuracy. Not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense didn't come up with a big play.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Second and 10 after the previous play.
Here we go.
Pulls it and fires to the left. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run?
Come on, set.
Looking for a man. It's Howard. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Nice job in coverage on that 3rd and short, defensively taking all the throws and options away for the quarterback, and now we're setting up 4th down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field, score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. The Huskies headed quickly to the line. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Got his man quickly. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing he's third and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He's going to take off. Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide.
And first down for the offense.
And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly.
Now they'll run it to the right here. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Razor.
Looking for a man. It's Rodgers. Swings it out to the flat. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
By the back. No gain on the play. First and goal.
On the set.
Washington comes to the line with a first and goal.
Easy.
They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
No gain on the play. It's now third and goal.
Ready?
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Ohio State 31, Washington 6.
On the ready.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Defense in press coverage. They're trying to get to it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late.
To the air, it's Rodgers. Going for 6. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
I tell you what, when you give me that kind of effort, I'm going to find you more often. What a layout. QB throws the football a little bit in front of him, had to dive and go make the catch. He lays out, secures the catch through the ground. Remember, got to catch it all the way through the ground. Nice effort by that receiver there.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Alabama is putting on an offensive clinic, the likes of which we've seldom seen, and this program has had some legendary players. They're up by 28 over Tennessee. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Got it.
Line gets set, first down.
Slab.
Gets it past the marker. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long.
Ready.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10.
Clear.
They'll give it to him again. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anymore.
Ready.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10.
Down.
Wide receiver shows motion. To the air, it's Howard. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. He just weren't able to come down with that one.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Ballard. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
On the double.
And the Buckeyes are marching down the field.
Tuna.
Quarterback checking the play.
Cobra.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. He's going for the big play. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Back to the air one more time. Quick strike complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Snags it on the right. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the punishment has been extended. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington.
Fire.
pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking downfield, it's Rodgers. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They're getting this guy lathered up. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to club out.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They think they can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes the grab over the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here.
Ready up.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10.
Jackrabbit.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. And listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some...
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Husky. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And right down the middle. So an 82-yard drive there. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. On a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter. Surprise, surprise. Guess who they go to? That guy.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
To the air, it's Howard. Pocket starts to collapse. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
Okay, ready?
A third and long coming up here.
Green 25.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for it all. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
He's back to throw on second down. He's got it. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Huskies come to the line in the hurry-up. He's looking to throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the 4th quarter. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could